Alright, as you can see here, we are starting our very nice video series, Cinema4D, just the basics here on SpygHD. Just drop that subscribe and we'll get right into the video. Tutorial for Cinema4D. Alright, so we're just gonna get to know the interface here, alright. Okay, so the first thing that you'll see when you make the new project will be these three axes. You got your Z, your X, and your Y axes. And that's pretty much it. Okay, to move around your interface here, you have a button just for like a free roam move. Up here, you just click down on it, and you will move around like that. Zoom in and out, you can scroll, or do this thing here, which I don't know what to call it. And to rotate, of course, you use this. Alright, let's get right into some basic features here. We'll jump right into the fun stuff. Alright, so to make a cube, you just press the cube button. Like, in most videos, it takes 50 frickin' minutes just to make one cube. And it's because they go about explaining everything else, but some people just want to make a frickin' cube, okay? So, there, I showed you how to make a cube. So the first thing we're going to do with this cube is color it. Now, I'm going to explain to you how the materials works here. You click the new material, and we're just going to... Let's live dangerously. Let's make a lime green cube. Okay, so you click the material, and you will drag it onto your cube. And you'll see that your cube turned green. Shocking. I know. Alright. So, this is a pretty bland looking cube, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I'd say too. Let's take a look at what it looks like rendered. To render it, all you have to do is just press this right here, and it will currently render the selected area. So now as you see, that won't take too long there. It'll just render into some useless cube, but we don't want any ordinary useless cube. We want a cube on a floor. See this floor? That's a beautiful looking floor. To make the floor, you're just going to click this plane button here, and it will make the floor. Now, we're going to increase the size of the floor here by clicking the floor, going into coordinates, and going up. Let's go 500. This is just going to create like a seamlessly endless floor. And now you'll notice that when we click the render button, you'll render the cube, but it kind of just looks like a 2D cube on a gray thing with a black thing above it. We don't want that. We're going to add some color and some shadow to the floor. Alright, so we're going to get started with that now. Alright, now we're going to get started here on adding that shadow and the color to the floor. We're going to go ahead and make a new material, and we're going to make our floor look like a literal shit stain. Why? Because we can. So we're just going to choose the brown there, get that nice brown looking shit. And now you'll notice that when we hit the render, it's a 2D cube on a fucking piece of shit. Cool! Alright. Now we're going to add some shadows. Shadows are extremely important for absolutely nothing unless you're trying to make yourself look like you actually know what the hell you're doing. Which most of us don't, because we're just looking at this very first video. But you're going to press this light button. And this light will, well, create a light. Now you'll notice that when you drag the light up, it will get brighter to a point. Now, if we click render here, this will create absolutely nothing but this white blob. I don't think we want a white blob. So let's go ahead and try and drag this over top of the cube. Now hit render. So you can see we're starting to get something here. But that's not all. What let's try something cool. Let's go ahead and give this brown a reflection. Now if we go down to the reflection options here, you'll see that you can have a few different things that you can do with this. We're just going to set it to about 20% so that we have this new kind of shiny brown, even though it didn't really change much. We can also add, let's see what we can do to the cube here. Illumination. So this just generates stuff, I guess. I think, yeah. Let's add reflection and luminance. So this luminance here is gonna kind of just give it a nice bright looking thing effect. Now if we hit render there, you'll notice that we're actually starting to get some nice looking definition in the cube. Alright, so if you're getting bored with a cube, there are a few other objects that you can make with Cinema4D. By default, if you just click down the cube and you drag around, you can make a series of things such as a tube. So let's go ahead and make a tube. This is the scale button up here. Probably should have mentioned that earlier or not. I don't really care. That's not my problem. We can click this tube here. And if we stretch out the radius here, just so that it fits around the cube, you'll have a completely useless tube surrounding a square. But, just wait. If you want, you can drag this up here. Now, that really didn't do much, but that is because we have to reduce the height to give it like a single ring. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I pretty much just made let's make a spaceship. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a spaceship. And we're gonna make that spaceship green. So this is what our spaceship looks like so far. Ain't that beautiful? Okay, all spaceships need to, well, be able to have aerodynamicy, whatever you want to call it. So let's make a cone. This is looking pretty good. You know, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're gonna stretch out this cone, and we are gonna drag it to the top, and we are just gonna put it there, and we're gonna add green to it, and we are frickin' done. Our spaceship. Yeah. Well, actually, at this point, if you kind of render it, it just looks like a giant green cone. Like, I don't know, did some Indian live here or something? It's the Christmas Indian. That's who lives here. Let's add some cool shit to it. Let's go ahead and give it a bend. We're gonna drag the bend. Oh wait, no, that's the other way around. You're gonna drag the cone onto. Oh, shit. I want to. All right. So we add the bend, and we put the cone on the bend. Now, we go to the bend. We give it a pretty big bend that way, a pretty nice bend this way, and a little bit of a and a backwards bend. You know, that really did nothing. Yeah, Marka. Well, we can do this. We can just split the rotation segments and put that into there, and we just make a whole bunch of smaller cones around it, and now it kind of just looks like one of those kind of cakes that you have for your birthday party when you turn 11. I don't really know how else to yeah. Let's render it and see what it looks like. That's a pretty fucking cool looking spaceship, if you ask me. Let's just give it a loft NURBS. I want to see what this actually does. I really don't know what it does. Let's click the loft NURBS. Oh, yeah, does that just change the mesh subdivision? Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, if we drag it up here, we have a spaceship. Um, yeah. Now, if you want to see something really cool, you can drag the copies up and have as many of these as you want. Now, this looks pretty cool. Like, this could be like some kind of... Oh, look, it's an even bigger cake. We could fucking make it Mount Himalaya or something and, like, throw a little priest into the volcano and have it spew red. But that's what it looks like. And you know what? It's starting to look like a Reese's thing. So let's actually see for a second here. Let's go ahead and make the cone brown. You'll see we have a perfectly nice Reese's chocolate thing, which is kind of cool. And actually, I'm just going to take out this tube because that tube is cock-blocking the beautifulness of this volcano. Alright, so this is what Mount Himalaya looks like. I guess. Rendered, this is what it looks like from the top. Yeah, it's looking pretty smooth. Oh, it's like an optical illusion. That's kind of cool, right? I guess you could give it amplitude and morph it. I don't know. Direct to 0. Do they have a frequent? Oh yeah, this frequency kind of just like changes the offsets of some of the positions. What do we want next? We want to add lava to the volcano. So let's go ahead and add a disk. We're going to drag up this disk, and we're going to put it right in the middle of Mount M. Night Shyamalan. And we're going to size up this disk. Okay, that's a bit off-center. Now we just gotta create the lava, and by doing this, I think there's actually like a lava set or something. You can make some sort of effect. Yeah, we're gonna give it a ripple effect later. Unless, oh, you can give it like a watery look, which is what we're gonna do. Just make it look like water. But we're gonna change the color of this to red to make it look like lava. And then we're just gonna drag this onto the disk, and we're gonna go like this. It's Mount M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah. Doesn't that look like a piece of shit? Of course it does. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and then you're looking forward to the next one. In the next one, we will be modeling a 3D penis. Yep. I said it. By the end of the series, I assume there's going to be like 6 videos in it. We will get into something a little more advanced, kind of maybe like this helicopter here. I don't know. This helicopter isn't like that hard. Like, probably took me less time than to make M. Night Shyamalan. But, you know, YOLO, right? Anyways, if you like this, please drop a like, a subscribble. I don't care. Goodbye. Okay, you know what? You guys all suck.